Hi everyone, welcome to this course on digital marketing in the new age. Let's look at what we're going to be covering in this session. So, here's a quick outline. So, we're going to talk about what is marketing because that's important to understand the basics of marketing, then understand the traditional marketing channels, look at the digital marketing channels, look at the advantages of digital marketing, and of course, careers in the digital marketing space. So, before we understand what is digital marketing, let us understand what is marketing. So, if you search on Google, this is the no, this is so on Google, this is what it gives you. This is the definition of marketing on Google. It's an activity of showing and advertising a company's product in the best possible way. Let me kind of make it a little more simpler so that all of us understand what is marketing. So, in simple terms, telling or talking about your product, not just product but also service. So talking about your product or service is marketing. So then what is selling? So in India there's a fine line between marketing and selling. So usually if you're offered a marketing role, they also expect you to do sales. But then sale is actually making the sale of the product, but marketing is talking about the product. So I hope that's clear in terms of what is marketing. Okay, so it is again creating an awareness or talking or telling about your product or service. That is marketing. So now let's move on and look at some of the traditional marketing channels before the digital era, before digital marketing came into existence. The way the marketing was done, so that's what we call as the traditional marketing channels, and most of you might be aware of this. So for example, newspaper advertisements, through billboards, TV advertisements, pamphlets. So these are some of the ways that marketing was done earlier. This is not the entire list, but just a summary of some of those popular marketing channels that were used. Let's assume that you wanted to talk about your product or service earlier. Then you would approach a news agency and tell them you would want to publish your ad. It could be a half page ad, it could be a full page ad, whatever, right? So you would do that, and the costing, of course, was much higher earlier if you had to have a newspaper ad. Similarly, billboards and the TV advertisements. So if you had to advertise on TV, you would approach those the TV agencies and ask them to publish those ads. So now let's look at so these were the traditional marketing channels. Now let's look at the digital marketing channels. Again, this is not the complete list, but no, for us to easily understand. So one is the website, then you have social media marketing, you have email marketing, you have search engine optimization. So these are some of the digital marketing channels. So now let us take an example of the newspaper ad that we were talking about. So earlier, if you had to publish an ad on the paper, no, it used to be like I mentioned, it used to be expensive. So today, if somebody wants to buy a product or service, where is the first place that they go to? They would actually go to Google and search for this information. They would go to Google. So, for example, let's assume that you want to buy a mobile phone or an electronic gadgets. Let's take the mobile phone as an example. So you would go to Google and search for best mobile phones under my, like, let's say 30,000 rupees. So that is, and the results that you get, that's known as the search engine results page. So basically, when people are searching for the product or service, you are appearing to them. So that's also known as the pull marketing. And this is in terms of, if we had to look at if you had to look at in terms of how expensive it is, much more, it is fractionally less, or it is, the price is much more less compared to do publishing an ad on or in the newspaper. Okay. Now, why is digital marketing becoming much more popular? It's a simple question that we can answer by asking a question, which is, how many of you read the newspaper today? Right. So the physical newspaper is what I'm referring to. So The number of people who are reading the physical newspaper has drastically reduced. They might be reading news on various different digital platforms or apps, but then the physical newspaper has reduced drastically. Okay, so that is one of the reasons as to why traditional marketing is slowly fading away and digital marketing is kind of kicking in. And now in India, of course, there is still both traditional marketing and digital marketing that is taking place, but then people are moving more and more on the digital marketing space. The other reason for that is if you look at the demography of the world, and of course in India, you will see that the demography is you have higher number of people in the age group of 20 to 40, and they consume digital content much more than the traditional content, and that is why digital marketing is becoming more and more popular. Let's also look at some of the advantages of digital marketing. And of course, the first thing is it is easy to measure, track, and analyze. Let's take the example of newspaper. There is no way for us to find out how many people read that paper or the ad. We don't know how many people, because they saw the ad, came into the shop or purchased the product. And so it's difficult to track. But when it comes to the digital marketing space, so now let's assume we can track the number of people, or Google is going to tell you, or Facebook is going to tell you how many people saw the ad. You can measure the engagement by the number of people who have clicked on the link, liked it, commented, etc. So that's the engagement that we are talking about, to an extent that you can track how many people clicked on that link and came and purchased the product. So that's easy to measure, track, and analyze. Then the reach is higher, so which means sitting in any part of the world, you can market across the globe. The prices for doing this is much lower compared to your traditional marketing methods. You can definitely increase your engagement because you are going to be targeting specific people. It could be through gender, it could be through location, it could be through age, it could be through interest. So you can effectively target your customers, because of which your engagement increases. And you could have multiple strategies. For one. So for one product, you could have a different strategy. For another product, you could have a different strategy. Maybe for one product, you could market it on Facebook. Another product, you would want to market it on LinkedIn or any of those. So you could have multiple strategies for the same product. So that's the multiple strategies that is available. Let's look at the various careers in digital marketing. Okay, so these are some of them. So if you're good at if you're good at coding, you could become a developer. If you love designing, if you're in the creative space, so graphic designer. The higher level of this is the UI UX. If you love writing content in any language, it could be in Hindi, it could be in Kannada, it could be in Malayalam, it could be in English, whichever language that you're comfortable, you could write the content in that. Okay, social media manager, basically posting it on the different social media channels, scheduling your post, commenting on those, that's the social media manager, managing companies complete social media account. Then if you love to create strategies, then you could become a marketing strategist. Okay, content curator, how is this different from content writer? The curator is going to basically get content ideas from the various, or from the internet, from around the internet, and then getting putting that in one place. So that's a content curator. Then optimizing, so today when you're searching for a product, how is it that you will make your website come up on the first page? That's search engine optimization. If you're somebody who loves to create videos, then there's another career option for you. So there's a huge scope for the various careers that's available in digital marketing. The other advantage of the digital marketing world or environment is that you don't have to be confined to the four walls. You could be sitting anywhere in the world and still be doing this. So that is the other reason as to why digital marketing is becoming quite popular, especially among the youngsters. So this is a gist of digital marketing. So I hope you no, I hope you enjoyed it. Please do like, share, and comment on this course. Thank you so much, and have a great day.